Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Cook. We're gonna go to the drawing room just to talk for a bit.
Oh, please, feel free.
Thank you. We go to the drawing room.
You guys are last left alone as they begin cleaning up after your breakfast.
Okay, so you've read the post that I gave you earlier. How do you want to approach this? Do you want to do what they did and just do some surveillance first, or do you just want to go in immediately? How? I've noticed that the two of you are extremely competent at planning stuff, unlike myself. So I'm leaning on your expertise here.
Well, going on based on what I read there, let's at least reconnoiter before we go walking up to it.
Yeah, we gotta check out the perimeter at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we'll make a decision after that.
Yeah, see what we're up against.
Sure. Logan, did they have... No, they didn't. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go get the car.
Right, he takes you over to the car that he thinks of as his car because he's stolen it so often that, keys are
Convertible, yes.
Yep.
Would anybody like to drive, or shall I?
I can drive. I don't usually hit anything.
Take a card, Pete.
I jump in the back seat.
Alright, I'll be in the passenger seat ready to grab the steering wheel before he plunges us into a fire hydrant or something.
Oh, he's going to plunge you into a fire hydrant before you do anything other than go, oh, shit. And then you'll be catapulted through the fucking windshield.
Seriously, dude, how slow do you think we're going?
I'm giving directions to.
Okay. You begin navigating him.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me that. Fumble driving roll to watch Freddy scream and burst through the windshield, realizing there are no seatbelts as he hurls forward through the window of a saloon and ends up on a card table. That'd be awesome.
Oh, nice.
All right. Yeah, he drives you like any recklessly sane person would. And you guys, just so you're aware, had... What's the best way to get there? You guys head back to East Main Street, down Elm Street, through the old neighborhood, and instead of going to the small footpath, which would be a real bitch to get the car on, you instead drive over to the Southern Light Forests and on a dirt road. Through it over to various small farms, farm fields, etc. And in the distance you can see Moo Cow Ranch, but also before that you see Bar T Ranch.
I point out that one.
I would like for us to pull the car over before it has a chance of being noticed.
No problem. You pull over. Well, you pull into some trees and stuff like that and bushes. Hopefully it won't be noticed here.
Okay, so we'll hop out and I will hop out and start scoping out the place.
Okay. Do you have any binoculars or anything useful like that?
Fine.
Yeah, okay. So you can see. Do you want to split him in half and give him half or something?
I'll hand him mine.
Oh, okay.
I'll take those.
All right. You want to climb up in a tree or just hang out on the ground and look around?
Does it look like I would benefit from climbing up in a tree?
It wouldn't be bad. You find a good tree for doing it. It'd be a climb roll because it looks like a bit of a tricky climb up the tree, but you could definitely get some altitude.
I'll get ready to catch him if he falls.
Have you ever seen anybody try to catch a fully grown man falling out of a tree?
Seriously. Well, Freddy's Freddy, though.
Yeah, it's true. He might pull it off.
Yeah, the cow armor is kind of soft. He should be all right.
Yeah, no problem. The guy with the big horns is standing under you as the branch that you're grabbing snaps off in your hand and you begin plummeting toward the earth. Wow. And Freddy manages to catch you, distributing the damage between you both instead of just all into you and your back. Fortunately, you weren't that high, but let me see how damage is real quick. You're going to take very little because of Freddy's timely catch.
Don't down for me.
Hold on a second. Let me figure out the damage first here. Okay. And right. Freddy takes nothing. And you take 1 stun. Ow. He's holding you. Give me a strength roll, Freddy.
Okay.
He's kind of doing this slowly, lowering you to the ground, whether he wants to or not. But yeah, he definitely caught your ass. You're impressed. And you didn't catch it, because I really thought a horn would go right up your old chocolate whizway there.
Stand still there. Let me patch you up.
He pulls out a Flintstones chewable bandage and sticks it on your head.
No. I just wave my hands around his face and attempt to heal it for 2. Yes, there you are.
Well done. You're all better now.
Also, I just realized I'm still injured. Let me heal myself. Only a little bit.
He's like, wait a minute. I've got blood coming out of me. I have for days. I've forgotten about it.
It's not that bad.
Alright. Would you like to go up again? I'll be ready to catch you if you fall.
Yeah.
I don't recommend catching somebody from much higher, but yeah, apparently you are able to pull this off somehow.
Yeah, maybe not with the helmet on.
There's no pleasing you people, is there?
You realize you'll lose some of your protection if you take off the helmet of
Mr.
Chocolate
Wallace, would you
Whizway
like to
Invasion.
catch him? If you fall.
Not really, but I'll try if you want me to.
Don't worry, if you die, I'll resurrect you. Wait, if you get injured, I'll heal you.
Yeah, okay, as long as you can heal me if I'm injured. I don't think I'll die from it, but I will try to use a keto. And what I will do is if he falls, I will catch him and try to redirect it kind of L-shaped so that instead of going downwards, the energy goes off sideways, so he kind of rolls on the ground versus slamming into it.
I know it's not a keto, and I was thinking of a different martial art, but I just imagine him falling through the air and you with a sword. You're like,
That would be Iato, but I don't have a samurai sword yet.
that would be the shit right there. That's the way to fucking catch somebody.
Yeah, I would cut him right in half. Yep.
Yep, pinata his ass. Okay, so give me a climb roll to see if this tree will defeat you
Please
forever.
don't fall this time.
All right, now is your big opportunity as he once again slips off and begins hurling toward the earth.
All right. Well,
This
I
is
attempt
why
to
we
catch
never-
him and redirect the flow
First
of the energy.
give me the catch roll, and we're breaking this down into a couple of different skills because he's testing you. You're
Yep.
thinking he may have even let go on purpose just to see if this would work.
Well, I'm terrible at catching, so then probably going to fail this part, but we'll see.
Aha, he says.
Yeah.
Right, it just shows you land behind him, and he goes,
I got it. I don't got it.
roll a d6 on yourself, sir. It's half and half, so you want low.
I'll just come heal him afterwards.
That's fine. Let's see how much you have to heal him by. Roll a d6. Yeah, roll a d6 on yourself.
Oh,
He seems to have landed on his head and then just kind of like laid there.
Now I was trying to get him to tumble, but it didn't work.
you were even looking the wrong direction when he landed.
I like lean over him and begin like massaging his scalp, and I start whispering sweet nothings in French in his ear.
You're hoping this is part of the healing process. You don't remember him doing this with the other healing, but goddamn, you're.
Oh look, he's more injured. He needs it.
Oh, I see.
eat your food.
No, you're thinking, give me a luck roll if you could, Marcus. I'm curious on the binoculars as they're somewhat delicate and you have literally just fallen out of a tree onto your head.
Baguette, baguette, baguette.
And now you got somebody whispering baguettes in your ear. This is not helping you. Oh, fortunately, your body managed to completely shield the binoculars by crushing part of your head.
But binoculars are good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This time, Mr. Wallace.
Did you actually heal him, or?
Yeah, I did. Already done.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just whispering baguette into his ear. I was like,
Then,
you're thinking that tree may be a death trap. You're thinking that maybe it's not worth climbing up there and getting a better
Mr. Wallace, why don't you give him a boost up so he has less climbing to do? That way he doesn't fall.
Sure. Wallace, give me a strength roll, and you're going to get a double bonus for the climbing roll than you would, because he's not trying to climb that high, but it is a death trap of a tree. Right. He puts his hand up your ass a bit, and you're like, God, this is not motivating me. And you're thinking, how is this getting any better? So would you like to attempt to scramble up the tree of death once more? Right. He just launches himself away from the tree and rolls and goes. And Freddy's running after him going, hey, with his helmet on, and it shows the horns go bing and glint off the
I just
point.
tried to, not even catch him. I just wanted to land on me.
Okay, he puts his horns down. Give me a catch roll. Give me a catch roll. What do you think? He's coming from above. Where are the horns?
I'll lie down and then land on top of me.
But right. Unfortunately, I don't think you're that quick at laying down. So
actually,
you end up falling
coming
on
down
the ground.
like this. I'm bro.
You fall down on the ground. You take a bunch of damage, and then Freddy quickly lays down next to you. And goes.
All right, let me heal you again.
You're thinking that tree is a fucking death trap. Whatever kind of bonus you're going to get. Oh, roll a d6 on yourself. I'm curious as to... It's mostly for the binoculars at this point. If you get 1 through 3, I'm not worried about the binoculars. Okay, I'm not worried about the binoculars this time.
As I'm lying on the ground,
next to him,
turn over, and I whisper,
baguette, baguette, baguette.
We'll see if it's baguette, baguette.
It's always baguette, baguette.
It is baguette, baguette.
Watching a guy in a fucking cow suit stroking your hair and whispering baguette, baguette, baguette is not fucking doing you any good at all.
Right.
And then he just keeps doing it. He's like, it's supposed to be healing. Do you feel better? And you're like, I don't feel any better. He's like, baguette, baguette.
All right. How about you don't climb the tree?
Oh, you let me try it. I'll climb.
You want me to climb with one hand? Oh, you want to climb? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Sure. Take the binoculars with you.
Yep, take the binoculars.
No. Do we have some string or a rope or something?
Twine?
Did you literally just have twine in your hand? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, all right.
He shopped in Burlington a lot.
Yeah. In fact, no, that was a previous day, so that twine is probably gone.
Well, do you want to give him the binoculars and watch him scurry up the tree and just piss you off?
Yeah, that's fine. I just figured we'd, haul him up with a string, but yeah, sure.
No. He puts them on and begins, if he scrambles up the tree like a monkey, I will think that's pretty goddamn funny. But this is the tree of death, and it rejects him. It shows him, getting up a piece of bark. He looks at it, he's like, fuck.
However, at this point, I would like to observe the ranch over there and see if all this ruckus has just generated a crowd watching us.
For some reason, they are completely oblivious to the constant screams and thuds going on over here as I rolled a 99 for their listen or notice shit roll. Roll damage on yourself, Jeff. A 1, 2, or 3 is okay. Freddy keeps regenerating his magic points and stuff and healing you. All right, yeah, he comes over and he lays down next to you and begins to stroke your hair and whisper baguette.
And saying...
Then I point to my elbow. I go, that's what's hurt.
Yeah, he continues whispering baguette at you. Okay.
Right.
The
tree, perhaps?
The tree is victorious. It's missing like chunks of bark everywhere from people just keep ripping it off and falling.
Like tree limbs and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the binoculars, I'll climb up the damn tree.
Okay.
I want to see this. So you're going to take the binoculars.
Yep, I go climb up the tree.
Give me your climb roll at half to that boy. All right, he scurries up to the top and he just perches there. And the tree is swaying back and forth in the breeze, and so is he, because he's like at the very top branch that could possibly hold human weight, dressed in this ridiculous cow suit, and he's holding like one of the binoculars. He's got like his hook kind of holding it up from underneath, and he's just watching. Give me a surveillance roll, Freddy, as you spend like an hour up here swaying in the fucking slight breeze and shit. Oh, yeah, you've got their fucking pattern. They always go in the same goddamn pattern, too. You want to watch for an hour to make sure it hasn't changed?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and, yeah, it's the same fuck. Okay, you've got the pattern. There's a couple of tricky parts. You can see why the air guys were talking about using ghillie suits and shit like that. But, you know, assuming that these guys are ninjas, everything will be fine. Okay. You've gotten the lay of the land from a high point. Nobody has noticed this guy in a cow suit standing on top of the tree with binoculars, watching them for 2 hours.
All right, rather than climbing down, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to just lower the binoculars down for one of them.
Do you have any string or rope?
No, I'm just going to hold it
the
out.
cord's about this long.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it down.
Good 10 meters up in the tree.
Okay, fine.
So he lowers it like a foot and then dangles it and goes, jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them around my neck, and I'm gonna jump off the tree and land on my feet.
Wow. Okay. So let me consult my one and only table here. So you're up 10 meters. Okay, go ahead and give me a jump roll.
Nah.
All right. He falls off the tree and takes a D8 plus a D10.
Does the armor help? No, probably not.
Oh, no. It's not made for this kind of abuse.
I can take it, don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, D8, D10.
If he died, I would laugh until I peed myself. All right. He goes... And you guys hear him. But he landed on the binoculars and drove them into his face, and he's got all blood and shit. And he's like, hey, baguette.
I immediately begin first aid.
Right? Give me a first aid roll. He's nearly dead.
And while I'm doing this, I'm massaging his hair and going, chow, chow, chow.
I want to help with the first aid.
All right, before you roll, Jeff, let him.
In fact, how good are you at first aid, Jeff?
He's a little bit better than does his living. He's an EMT, basically. Yeah. All right.
Sorry,
so roll a D3 there, Jeff. Hey, you're both.
Yeah, it looks like we're both good at first aid. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, with somebody like the cowboy, the flying cow. So, go ahead and roll D3, Jeff.
I just did. It didn't work. Let me try again.
There it goes.
There you go.
Freddie, you get back 1 hit point.
Okay.
But fortunately, he didn't fumble and cause you D6 damage, which may have actually killed your ass, which would have been very funny.
I begin healing with magic, so it's not casting spells. I go behind the tree somewhere and go cast some spells by myself.
All right. It begins.
Well, if he's going to go behind a tree, I am too, because I got to take a leak, so I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Freddy goes behind a tree and begins yelling and screaming. Now he's got the full attention of the ranch. People come to look at the yelling tree. Spellcasting is noisy.
I try to make myself not obvious.
You hide behind a bush. There's a bush. Haha. No problem. People gather and watch the yelling tree that occasionally has horns flared out on either side and shit. As he dances around screaming about shit. It shows you like obviously squatting in the bush. They're like, what do you think's going on, Jeb? Looks like there's a guy dressed as a cow behind a tree doing some sort of weird dance, and that guy taking a shit in the bush. And that guy's pissing on a tree. These city folk, they ain't right.
I will go
That's
back.
why I don't go into town often.
Yeah, we should leave and come back.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to the car and go back to me.
Mark off your binoculars as they were literally embedded into your head.
I'll get more, don't worry.
Uh-huh. They don't sell them here, dude.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I know
Go on.
I know someone who can just pull them out, but I'm not going to say.
Right. Yeah, if you could just pull it out, that's handy, but I don't think that person's with you.
No, I mean, Marcus has the card.
Oh, well, relying
If you
on
want.
poor Marcus spending his cards on your binoculars.
Well,
That's
no, for
low.
himself. He can get some for himself.
Oh, that's low. Low. All right, no problem. I wrote down my idea for the name for this whole modest tree of
Tree of
death.
death.
Yeah. It almost killed Freddy. If he'd been just a little higher, it may have executed him.
All right, once we get in the car and there's no other people around.
Is P driving back or somebody else driving back?
You can drive back, I don't mind.
Okay, he drives.
Unless, yeah, okay. And I'm going to heal.
Would you like to drive?
Oh, spread around them rolls and shit.
Yeah, if you've already made yours, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. All right. Now, I recommend before he manages to completely heal himself, if you repeatedly ram the car into other trees, it will cause him more damage.
That takes one round, by the way, so I'm healed.
You gotta fucking do it quick, though. You gotta just fucking jump on that accelerator and then fucking ram him into. No, okay, fine. You managed to miss all the trees despite your best efforts and drive back into town with he's got all this dried blood on his armor, but he doesn't clean it anyway. He has no fucking,
Oh, no, I
skills.
want to clear it now that we're back in town.
You say
Or
that.
try to. Try to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm also going to blow what I saw to them so they know the patterns and stuff.
Okay. Is there a dry cleaner where we can drop them off?
Now, they don't normally do a lot with armor.
No,
Hi, I've got my plate mail. You're a dry cleaner. You accept this, right?
No, I'll just go to the, I'll go to the Super Duper Mall, grab some cleaning supplies, and go to the bed and breakfast, use their bathroom, clean it there.
You remember which skill you used to clean this armor?
Yes. Yes.
Roll.
It's not going to go well, but I'll
No.
try. Let's see, where did I put it? There it is.
I like how Chris keeps his skills chronologically.
That puts me off so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so now
Still
it
bloody.
looks like somebody's used some sort of blue goo that's kind of stained the armor up and shit, and then sort of blood splashes and blue goo on his armor, and so it's beginning to look like a Pollock painting.
I am an artist. Can I turn it into an art piece?
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose you
Would
could.
you like some help with that cleaning?
Are you saying I don't look pretty?
I think the armor still has a lot of blood on it.
The blood is pretty.
If you want to leave it there, that's fine.
Okay, fine, you can clean it. Please.
All right. Wish, you want to help me?
Well, sure. What am I?
We're going to try to clean his armor.
So this is leather hide carrying? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be a lot easier if he was just wearing plate mail, because, Brillo Pad would fucking take care of that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, well, it's not plate mail. So.
Fortunately, it's not chainmail, because all the blood gets in between all the little fucking links, and you gotta sit there and use cotton swabs if you want that shit out.
Oh,
Yeah, P is fucking good at this. Take a check in your new skill. Woo.
nice.
As he continues getting new skill after new skill.
Oh, thank you, Bush. You never cease to amaze me.
I'll
First,
see how bad I mess it up when I try it.
Mhm.
oh, well, no, it's clean. You don't need. Okay.
Oh, no, he was supporting him.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's giving you a +5 there, Jeff?
Okay.
If this doesn't work, you can simply reverse the roles, so to speak.
Yeah, you can try it the other way around if you want.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I can assist them as well, but
You could.
No, don't.
They don't trust you.
yeah.
If I have a -5, this still goes off, right?
So close.
Very close. So now, Jeff, you can try to assist. I'm also showing you guys how to do rolls in the future if it matters more. Now roll again, Jeff, to assist P with his leather hide carrying thing. Now, okay, and P, try one more time to get to 10% or less, and then that shit is clean. Otherwise, it's still fucked up looking, but it looks like it's been kind of run through the ringer and fur sticking out in different directions and shit. Yeah, it does not look good.
Yeah, I got a question though. For his skill, because he got it by half the first time. What would be a critical?
10.
A one.
And
Yeah,
the roll, a crit. All you have to do to figure out the crit is take off the ones digit, and that's your crit.
Oh,
The 10
gotcha.
digit.
So if he's got a
ones
10,
digit.
take off the 1. It's got
Take
it.
up the 10 digit, yeah.
No, the tens
Okay, that's
digit
what I'm
is the
curious
second
about.
number.
Oh, yeah, sorry, the one digit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, well, it's
If you want something that'll really blow your mind, if you're ever curious as to what your fumble chance is, then it's whatever the 10 digit is, but with a 9 in front of it.
Okay, got it.
That's it. But fortunately, the computer figures out because people were having problems with that for years. Because they're like, what's a tens digit and a ones digit? I don't have a 10 in my skill. Therefore, I'm angry.
all right. Well, I tried. I'll try to clean it some other time. Anyway, so
It's got like some soap still on it, and it's frothy here and there, and you're like, oh, I'll put it on. It's like wet against your skin. You're like, hey.
let's see.
You want me to clean that for you, dear? Says the nice lady who runs this place.
No, thank you. It's
It looks like you could use a cleaning.
yes, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to clean it.
Oh, don't worry. Mr. Clean cleans everything.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it, but
Are you
we
sure
have
you wouldn't like me to give it a try?
yes, we have work to do. Thank you.
All right. Well, if you change your mind, Mr. Clean is the cleaner that 9 out of 10 doctors prefer.
Maybe this evening when we come back for bed.
All right.
Does that come in syringes? Is it injectable?
I'm not sure. But you might want to go check with the doctor because I think that he has syringes.
It's okay. I checked with the president.
Oh.
Yeah, like I say, he checked with his Trump.
Oh. Let's hope that this still isn't timely in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cards for you guys. And so, right, where do you guys wish to go now?
To the drawing room to discuss our next. I'm sorry. I tried my best.
You
I
go,
massage you gently. That's okay. Dad will take good care of you.
he talks to his armor for a while, which makes mournful bellows.
I attempt to speak bovine at my armor. I insult my armor.
It knows what's up. Yeah, it begins plotting on you. You think there's nothing it can do because it's an inanimate object, huh? We'll see about that.
So, Freddie, what did you see from your time up on the tree?
Oh, they had very set control patterns and whatnot.
As soon as you guys interrupted stuff, that's the only thing that changed it. As soon as they were like, "What's that giant cow doing?" Fucking yelling and screaming, that changed it. And up until then, it was just like watching the same pattern over and over.
Yeah.
So once you change something, then everything changes.
How big were the patrols? What were they equipped with?
Blah blah blah.
There was about 25 guys at any given time that he saw. Most of them seemed to be working and stuff, but essentially it's like 20 or 30 guys there. He didn't see the guy with the briefcase who was presumably in the house the whole time, although he did see his good for nothing, low down snake of a son come out and like posture around a bit and then wandered off to something else. And you weren't around for like a few days or whatever to get the pattern down completely, but within that time period and stuff, yeah. Or assuming they keep that up later as well. You're not sure if they have like it's dinner time pattern or an after dinner pattern or anything like that, because surveillance normally goes on for like, if I was to do surveillance on somebody, I would want a good week, maybe 2. And a fucking larger team than 3, one of which is dressed as a fucking cow. I'm just saying, it's harder to do surveillance dressed as a cow. Somebody may notice. But you're thinking that if they keep the same pattern during like dusk or early evening, assuming that their nighttime pattern's the same as their daytime pattern, then you can definitely understand why the guys were dressed in ghillie suits and shit like that, because sneaking 3 guys into someplace is a lot harder than sneaking 1 or none. And there's a couple of tricky bits, but you're thinking it's possible as long as everybody's fairly ninja-y. It'll definitely be easier if they keep the same pattern. If they don't keep the same pattern, then it gets into hard ninja territory.
Well, then we need to do a bit more surveillance, I think.
Well, the problem is that you can't see in the dark.
Well, neither can they then.
Well, you would think so. You don't really know. You're making assumptions about what they can and can't do. Just because they look like normal humans, they don't act like normal humans, because normal humans don't keep doing the same thing over and over for 2 hours.
It's also Burlington.
You're assuming it's Burlington, but just because it looks and smells like Burlington and you drove here in a fucking open convertible you've driven in lots of times.
Yeah, we could surveil the space for a week and it'd still be Friday.
Yeah, it's always Friday. So they always do the same thing. So all we really need to do is just surveil them for 1 full day, and we'll know what they'll do every day. So now we know what they do during the day, but we don't know what they do during the evening.
Would there be any place in town you can sell binoculars?
Yes, I can go get some binoculars. And show
I happen to have some night vision goggles.
That would be even better, but
Wait,
night vision goggles would be the shit. Yeah, I'm not saying they'll work here, but they would be the shit.
Well, you can make them work. That's fine.
Some people can make them work.
Yeah, by the way, side note to Marcus, if you do play that card, you can do that. Just saying.
I can't or can?
Can. You can do it.
Absolutely. Of course, you'd have to make willpower rolls every fucking 10 minutes to make them work, but...
Yeah.
Well, tell them what the problems with tech are here, Freddie.
Anything beyond 1950s tech requires a exertion of will to make it go. I pull out we're in the drawing room, right?
Yes.
I pull out my flashlight and I activate it.
Sure, give me a willpower times 4 roll. It's a nice little slick LED flashlight thing, super bright.
Crap, I hit the wrong button.
He goes, "Meow, meow, meow," and his armor just drips. It's fucking sulking now. Meow, says Freddie angrily.
Willpower times 4. There we go.
You hear the wife going, "Eugene, we got cows." He's like, "What?" All right. It goes after, and then 10 minutes later, unless he wants to do another willpower roll, it turns itself off.
So yeah, every 10 minutes you need to just Or A, you need to hold on to it, or if you're wearing night vision goggles, wear them. And every 10 minutes, you need to exert yourself and make it go. And that's a tech of the 1950s or before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining 1950s night vision goggles. It shows like big flashlights on either side.
Okay, so, yeah, how do we... Are we going to try and stealth in? I'm assuming we're going to stealth in during the evening, right? That during the day might be a bit...
Yeah, a little harder, yeah.
Well,
Evening cover of darkness will be good for us.
Unless you're wearing the ghillie suits and shit, darkness might not be bad, but you're thinking, did he say whether they went in during daytime or nighttime?
No, they stealth in during the day. But that's why
probably
they
the
had
ghillie
the
suits.
That's why they had the suits.
Hmm.
Are any of you good at compiling stuff together out of other materials? Jury rigging together some...
Yeah, I have jury.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can
me
do
too.
it? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's...
They are both amazing. They're going up in your estimation every time they speak, as long as you keep them away from trees. Trees are their enemy. Their mortal enemy.
Okay, well, let's... we already know what they use, so that's why we got some netting, fishing line, hessian sacks, and so on, to try and make some ghillie suits for them.
But where can you've never seen netting or fishing line in the regular stores?
Masturbator.
Ah, you guys go to the Masturbator. It's over near the Big Bay. You don't find any netting there, but you do see assholes repairing nets and stuff on the bay and whatnot. And in the Masturbator, they have fishing line and pretty much any. If you go, I want to go out in the ocean and catch me fish, this is the place to come. Or if you want to go to a lake and catch you fish, this is the place you come. It's all your fishing needs. It's the Masturbator.
Yeah. I bet the place is very alluring.
Oh, take a card, snap. Okay. They charge you a bunch of stuff and they tell you they'll bill it to the bed and breakfast, and you can pretty much take whatever you want. So you after finding that out, you go, this spool of fishing line, please. And then they wrap it in brown paper and tie it in twine, and they give it to you. And then fucking Mr. Walls takes it and pockets the fucking twine because he's got a fucking twine collection he's got to look after. He's going to make the biggest ball of twine on the planet soon. Well, except it'll probably disappear out of his pocket at some point. I'm not sure. You notice, Freddie, give me an essence roll. Actually, everybody can give me an essence roll because you guys have all been here before.
By 3.
Yeah. Take a check in essence if you haven't already. Mr. Wallace manages to fumble. Oh, by the way, anytime I ask for, give me an essence roll, always match the times 5. That way you don't have to do math. But with a 99, no need to worry about the math. I know what's up. Okay. Mr. Wallace goes, I am feeling discombobulated for some reason. And P is like, I don't feel anything. And Frey's like, something has changed in this fucking space-time continuum slice we're hanging out in. I don't know what or why or where or how, but it's changed.
I don't know why we're on, but I'm, even though we're on the deck, I feel seasick.
Yeah, something's... I feel...
Excuse me, while I refill this and go puke.
Okay.
You could just puke into that and I'd refill it. 2 for 1.
Yes, it appears the space-time continuum in this area is changing. Dun dun dun. But I don't know why. So, that's a problem for some other time. Right now, we need to get some...
P, when he says it's a problem for some other time, you can tell what he really means is that's a problem for some other group. You can tell he's just automatically fobbing off anything.
Yes, the group that spends all their time here. That's their problem.
You guys go out and find some unattended netting. That's easy. Hessian sacks, you know where to get those over at the Super Duper Mart where they sell the sacks of flour. You empty out the flour and you have a brand new sack. Yay.
Okay. And I'll let them, we'll get, like, if we need any tools or whatever, we'll go to the hardware store, pick up whatever tools we need.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I'll let them then do their magic.
Would you guys like to work on your own or would you like to assist each other?
Absolutely doing the assist thing.
Okay.
Much better chance that way, I think.
Slightly better chance that way. Much better chance on your own, actually.
Hmm?
Well, because if they each do it on their own, they each have a 60% chance of doing it. If one assists the other and is successful, then that one person has a 65% chance of doing it. So by the numbers, doing your own shit's better.
Yeah, you're right. So we will do it by ourselves.
Yeah, each of you try to make 3 suits and see whose are fucked up and whose are good.
Okay.
So both of you guys give me jury rig rolls and good luck to you.
I'll try and make one myself as well, but...
All right, certainly. You've got more than enough materials. So P makes you guys into clown suits. Mr. Wallace makes some ghillie suits. And you have a pile of shit. So, done. You now have clown disguises, ghillie suits, and a big knotted ball of crap. See? Much better odds doing it everybody separate.
Yeah? Okay. Right. We probably don't want to go in tonight since we kind of alerted them a little bit. So we should take these suits out of the zone so they don't go away. Come back. I know how this works though.
Good, I can save up all the twine. It'll stay too.
Are you starting up a twine collection or something?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wallace, could you give me your trump and wait for me in the bed and breakfast room upstairs?
You give me what?
Your trump.
Myself?
Yes. I'm gonna call you in a few minutes when I'm ready to come back. Just answer the call and then pull me through to you. Okay?
Right. Okay.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna need to put this armor away for now.
You don't want to try to fucking sneak in your cow armor and the ghillie suit over it?
No, I'm gonna go and put this in the golden wattle for now. In the vault this time. The actual vault that we have, that we never use, it's going in there.
The one that doesn't have a lock?
No, there's a general storage area and a vault.
The vault has no lock?
Yes, it does. It's a vault. Why would a vault have no lock?
Because,
it has a lock.
No, the lock part hasn't been installed because it would be a key lock and only one person would have the key.
No, it'd be a combination lock. Why would it be a key lock?
Oh, you want a fancy lock. Well, yes, maybe you can get one installed sometime.
Ransland paid for the fancy shit.
It hasn't arrived. So far, they've just been throwing stuff in there, and then, they've been holding the vault door closed with a rock. What? Don't worry, he'll show up and make everything right.
All right. I'll go put the armor in there. And let me make the luck roll.
Give me your luck roll.
Yeah, I know.
You know you're going to fuck it up one of these days.
There we go.
Shit. All right. You drop it off. The weird keepers of the flame are there still, and they're working on new chants and stuff. Keep the candles burning bright. Everything will be all right. And if somebody comes, they'll have a fight.
I've been singing the Eternal Flame song by the Bangles. Try and teach them how to do that.
Give me a singing roll and a memory roll.
Memory first for the lyrics, surely.
Sure, okay.
Okay,
they're pretty impressed. Okay, yeah, you got the lyrics, but can you sell it with the singing?
No.
They look horrified at how you mangled it, so they're going to be taking the lyrics from Eternal Flame and putting a weird chant to them.
Great. Keep up the good work, fellas. Alright, I'm going to the
Oh
Trump
my
departure room,
god.
and I'll call Mr. Wallace on Trump.
No problem. You're getting an incoming Trump call, Mr. Wallace. It's a weird feeling. It's like a ringing in your brain.
Yeah. I will attempt to pull him through.
Well, what happens is first you answer it, and then you can kind of like see him kind of with the background really blurry and stuff. And he's like, and he's not dressed in his cow armor and shit, but he looks weird without it now because he's been wearing it so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will answer it, as you say, and then I will attempt to pull it through.
Cool. No problem. Pulling him through is not a problem at all. You just you got blurry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to blur your background thing?
Yeah.
It looks horrible.
That's how he looks. That's how I look when he answers.
Yeah, that's how he looks on the Trump thing. Well done. Take a card for coming up with that. And
Yeah, aggressive stuff.
Alright,
oh, no.
here you are, Mr. Wallace. I give you your Trump back. And
Thank
this
you.
is why having a Trump of yourself is very useful.
Okay. Now I just got to get practice using them.
Yes. Well, making them.
Mm-hmm.
You already know how to use them, you just don't know how to make them yet.
Yep.
Alright, let's, we have a while until, tomorrow. The suits have been taken out and brought back in, so they're not gonna disappear. What do you want to do for the rest of the day, you two?
Well,
Go bowling if you want, but
wasn't somebody talking about a flamethrower a minute ago?
pleasure. I don't know if any of us know how to use it, despite my reputation. Nor do I think it'll work that well in this zone. Unless you had some really old World War II tech.
I was going to say, World War II flamethrower will work a treat in this fucking zone. Oh, yes, it will.
I just, I drew this card, and I
Oh, which one?
flamethrower.
Oh. What happened to your I've got it here somewhere card?
My what?
Your I've got it here somewhere card.
I played it.
Oh, you played it? What did you pick?
Night vision goggles.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you're going to be leading us, and we're going to be like hanging on to you.
Wait, are you gonna try going with ghillie suits in the dark? Because it gets really dark out here. It's not like city dark. It's fucking dark.
Yeah, or I'm going through the day, in which case you don't need those goggles. Although you can have them for future.
Oh, they're great for future stuff.
Yeah.
Not so great in this zone where it's like every 10 minutes it's like, come on, stay on. Aww.
Yeah, no, I think we're going through during the day anyway. But we want to wait for the reset so that everything goes back to normal and... Oh, he died again.
Shit.
All right, well, I'm going to discard this one because I need to discard something.
You have 4 cards.
Yeah, I've just put one down on the table.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't need that card, that's fine.
So, bowling?
Yeah, what do you want to do for the rest of the day, or do you just want to cut to?
Since you brought up bowling, if you wanted to, since it's still early enough, you could go over to Long's Clothing to pick up bowling shirts, because you need matching bowling shirts to show you're in the league and not just some assholes. And then you'll be ready to go bowling, whether you choose to go bowling or not.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. We have all day.
I'm up to go bowling. Maybe we'll learn something.
I would like to mention, in the other Burlington, before this Burlington popped up, if you scored a perfect game in bowling, you got a magical bowling ball as a prize. I don't know if it's the case here now, but it might be. I don't know. So if you want to go do that, we can do that, or we can just screw around for a bit. I leave the decision to you. I'll be a Baxter.
Well,
I'm up to one. What about you?
I think that since everything resets before we wake up, that there's not a whole lot to do here that's going to benefit us tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And we've got our ghillie suits, and I have my night goggles that I may use at some point. Oh wait, did my night goggles make the trip out of here? Oh no.
Pardon?
I didn't specify that my night goggles should make the trip out of here with the ghillie suits.
True. You don't know if they'll go away or not.
Is there something I can do about that?
They shouldn't.
You can
Because
talk to
they're not
him,
from
I
the-
guess.
They shouldn't because they're not from this zone. But if you want me to make absolutely sure, I can take them, go back to the other zone and come back real quick. If you want to be certain.
No, I trust your judgment on this.
Okay.
I'll use to spy on the pretty girl in the second window across the street or something.
So bowling or not bowling? That is the question. Whether to
Yeah, do you wanna
roll
bowl?
a strike or gutter ball.
I don't know. Seems like if the GM wants us to bowl, maybe we should bowl.
No, I could care. It's been brought up so many times that I figure I'd ask.
Again, the only reason I brought it up is because of the potential prize that we got in the other Burlington. I don't know if it's the same here. But you need to be really, really good at bowling. We kind of cheated when we first did this.
Brilliantly cheated.
Yes, which was a lot of fun. We made this Roomba into a bowling ball, and we
You made what into a bowling ball?
a Roomba. You know, the vacuum cleaner things.
Mm-hmm.
We stuck a bowling ball on top of it, disguised it as a bowling ball, and we basically cheated that way. And we got perfect scores all around.
And I clean the alley.
I still have that, by the way, if you want to use it. But yeah, otherwise we can just go bowl for the night and then cut to tomorrow when we need to go ninja mode.
How about we give us more time to do whatever it is we're going to do out at the ranch?
Yeah, cool. All right, we spend the day doing stuff and go to bed, wake up the next day.
Cut two. It's the next day. Do you guys want to wait until the exact time that you were observing before to make sure that the pattern is the same?
No.
All right.
No, I would rather not. Let's just go and assume it was the same, because the only thing that really disturbed anything was the cow stuff, which happened after we took the surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
So unless we're going to do this whole surveillance thing all over again, let's just get out there at the crack of dawn.
Okay.
No problem. Give me spot hidden rolls as you guys are like a ways away still.
What's it?
The pattern is not the same. Apparently they're doing the morning wake up pattern thing currently.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
I suggest we
You'll
wait.
be going in with no intelligence if you go now.
If we see that, I suggest we wait until we know the pattern later in the day. Sound good?
Okay.
Cool.
Can I surveil the ground effectively?
Pardon?
Can I surveil from the ground effectively?
The tree is so close though.
No,
it's
not the truth.
I've had enough of the tree.
All right.
Did we all get binoculars this time?
No, we didn't.
No. Apparently, there's only the. Actually, I don't think anybody's got binoculars, do they? Yeah, and the surveillance, everybody can try surveillance at half as you're on ground level, and it's just less cool and all that.
No.
The tree really helped out, you're thinking. And Mr. Wallace is sitting behind a bush. He can't actually see the house from there, but he's trying really hard.
I think I found a beetle.
He's watching the beetles' patterns suspiciously.
Let's just wait until their pattern is predictable and then live in that way.
Cut to 2 p.m., also which shall become known forever as the time that the tree began to kill people. You guys now have the pattern, and you're going to be making ninja rolls.
Yeah, with our suits on, obviously.
Okay, now for the suits, you're going to be getting those on. Who is going to be putting on the suits? Because a ghillie suit is more than just, I wear this thing. It's also like there's other things to it. So one person's going to be making camouflage conceal roll, but it's going to be one roll for the entire party. Choose who. The others can try to support if they wish. Because there's other interesting shit to ghillie suits.
Everyone's cards.
And the ghillie suits, if you make it, will be giving you a bonus to your stealth. I mean, it's possible to do it without the ghillie suits.
If you want, I can do it. And Marcus, if you want to play your assistant 10, it'll help a little bit.
Sure, happy to.
Now, do you want those two to roll their...
Yeah, I'm happy for them to help.
Okay, everybody else except for Frey, roll your conceal camouflage to support his thing. Mr. Wallace puts the beetle onto your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's his friend now. It will help you, he says. P agrees. Okay, so it's not really a spot hidden kind of day. You're going for camouflage conceal there.
Conceal camouflage.
Or conceal camouflage.
My bad.
No, fumble.
There you go. Okay, you give him a -10, so that'll counteract your skill plus 10. So, Freddy, you're at your base again. It's all you.
No.
All right. So, you got ghillie suits on. They're neat.
Yes, I do.
Oh, there we are. Yes, please. If you don't mind.
He shoots, and he rerolls.
Aww.
I'll trade you. You can have this card. Just play the reroll. You don't need to give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. If you guys want to support me again, I'm happy to.
Yeah, there you go. Get some checks in that concealed camouflage. Since he's doing a whole new role, you can try to re-support with your concealed camouflage. Okay. Despite them having... holy shit. Okay, you got +5. I was going to say, despite P having a really excellent concealed camouflage, maybe you should just let him do it. P seems really good at it, although he's not wanting to help you for some reason.
Yeah, I don't seem to know what I'm doing. Can I help you do it since you seem to kind of know what you're doing?
Okay, so P don't roll yet. R2 roll conceal camouflage to support him. As you continue heaping shit on each
now
other.
I do it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, now he gives you a +5. There you go. Okay, so P, you're to +5. Roll your conceal camouflage. This is for the big money. Otherwise, you guys are just fucked.
Well, we have Mr. Wallace.
You do have, okay, well, Mr. Wallace, guess what?
No, you made it.
Oh, it's a +5. Oh my God. He barely pulls it off. So yes, you still get a check in that, Marcus.
By the skin of the beetle's teeth.
The beetle is what really pushed you over the edge. Okay, so since you've got the pattern, since you've got the ghillie suits. Oh, and by the way, what he did was he then took live local vegetation and he also wove that in. So it didn't look like just some guy in a fucking sack. Oh, I'm coming to get you my sack. So, right. Everybody's going to be at stealth +20, but lower is better. Because if you make it barely at the +20, then they may know something's up but not know.
I'm rated by half.
Half is perfect. Good luck, you guys. Basically,
Stealth
just mash
+20, you said?
just don't put in a modifiers. Just mash the stealth button. We'll figure it out. Okay.
Oh wow.
Right. you look around, Freddie, and you seem to be alone. And then you're like, fuck, are you guys still here? And they're like, yeah, we're on either side of you. And you're like, you were creeping me the fuck out. And then so you guys go sneaking in, and you get up and you go through, and the people, and then you like everybody hits the ground, and some guy walks by, he's like, and then you go and you sneak in and you get into the house. And did he tell you where the guy was in the house?
Yeah, up in the study desk.
All right, you guys go. You have amazingly good intel. You go upstairs into the study, and the guy's sitting behind a desk. He looks up as the door opens, and he stands up, and there's a briefcase on the desk. And he goes, "What are you doing in here? Get out of here!"
Weren't you told? We were sent to collect the briefcase.
He just starts yelling at you, "Get out of my house! You don't belong in here!" But you guys also now have a huge benefit because you know exactly how big like if you were to open the door and charge in, you could possibly get him before he said anything. But as it is, he's just yelling at you guys.